fully completed the breakout of this first pattern, which I shared nearly only 12 hours ago on Twitter. But there are two more massive patterns on these charts that you absolutely must be watching. So buckle in, strap on, and get ready to bust. Right now, the price of Bitcoin has absolutely exploded alongside the altcoins, and our targets that we've been calling out since the last 4 days so far are playing out perfectly. And I want to jump in first, and you can take a look at the Bitcoin price, absolutely demolished through this 21-day moving average. This is very big. It's a very good first step. If we take a look at the altcoins, we see Ethereum actually on the verge, potentially about to break a resistance that we have not broken since September of 2022. Think about that. That is roughly over 5 months ago, because it was the very beginning of September. And then we take a look at, for example, Cardano. Look at this setup as well. Absolutely beautiful. Breaking above some very key moving averages, the 200 and the 50, clearly bouncing off the 50, but also the 21. So these are some top altcoins right now that are just absolutely doing very well. The stock market actually had a green close. What will happen throughout the rest of this week and next week, that is undecided. But if we take a look at Bitcoin's chart, guys, this pattern right here that we talked about yesterday's video, and we also tweeted about yesterday, completely and 100% pumped to its completion. So this pattern has busted to its completion now. So this is a full breakout of this pattern. But there are patterns, other ones, to look at over the next couple of days as well for continuation. Specifically, again, as we've been covering, this potentially could be huge with this macro falling wedge. It's gigantic. We've literally been covering this for, it's about 4 or 5 months now. And it is so far playing out perfectly. And guys, really, if you want to zoom out, you see how massive this truly can get, right? Just a gigantic pattern. In addition, this cross, I believe, is going to yield very big opportunity over the next month or so. But honestly, I just believe this is massive here. And as well, I tweeted this earlier today, and so far we literally basically hit this. We're like $200 or $300 away from the target, but it is really just a range of about $500 or $600. So that is also hit. Just very textbook TA patterns. Some of these you have to dig pretty deep to find these patterns, but I do the work for you, right? I don't want you going out there racking your brain, trying to find all these crazy mumbo jumbo patterns. I mean, who even names these things anyway? What is this? The descending double wedgie bust? I mean, come on, who names these things, right? This is absurd. Delayed bullish bust and thrust. The point is, silly names, but they work, okay? That's what's important. Bullish boing boing triple skippity doodah. This is honestly one of the craziest patterns I've ever seen. But with a 76% hit rate that we literally hit less than 12 hours after me posting this pattern, when Bitcoin was still below 23,000, absolutely ginormous. But realistically, guys, as we take a look here, Bitcoin has busted. And as I've been talking about, we potentially now have invalidated. This is going to come in really big here. If we basically, I mean, let's be honest, we do need to get above 25,000 to invalidate a potential like double top here. We don't want to top out right here. If anything, we could top out here, because I personally think it's very likely that if we come up to 30K, we are going to get a bigger backtest. We are going to get rejected at first, even if we end up going above it. So that's really the big thing there. Right now, though, I do think it's critical that over the next 2 days or so, we do break 25,000. The sooner the better. And right now, this move isn't necessarily done. We're still in the middle of it. Very often with these pumps, we get a pump. It usually lasts for maybe like an hour or two, and then sometimes it dies down for 6 to 12 hours, and then we get another pump. And it usually comes in waves like that, and the time frames obviously change. There's some nuance with that, but ultimately that is the structure. That is kind of like how these breakouts happen. So make sure to subscribe, turn those ghost notifications, and receive absolute time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of massive trading bonuses below with BITGET, BITGET, and Phoenix if you're trying to take advantage of some of these moves. Without any further ado, that's it for me.